Hey everyone, so for today's video, I wanted to jump on here and do another K-Beauty try-on haul. You guys really liked the last one that I did, and in general, I'm seeing a lot of comments saying, you know, feature more K-Beauty, try out more K-Beauty products, which I am happy to do because I just find K-Beauty products have just really unique and innovative formulas. The more and more I try, just the more and more I fall in love. So we have a lot of products to talk about today. And this video is sponsored by STYLEVANA, which is a K-Beauty retailer. They have an incredible amount of K-Beauty products on their website. I really love the way that this look turned out. I will leave all the products linked down below, and I will also leave you all the coupon code that they sent me. I don't get anything back from it, but if you did plan on making a purchase, you can use that coupon for a little discount. I hope you guys are as excited as I am, and if you are, definitely make sure to give this video a thumbs up. And I would love to have you back, so make sure to subscribe as well. And with all of that, let's jump in. I already put a bit of moisturizer on, but they sent me two different sunscreens that I wanted to try out. They sent me this one from LABIOTTE, I believe is how you say it. This one is SPF 50. And then they also sent me this other one from heimish, which I feel like would be a really good base for makeup, which is the Artless Glow Base. This is also an SPF 50, so I think I'm gonna go with this one today, but I'll definitely make sure to follow up with you all on this one. Personally, I'm definitely a big fan of a glowy sunscreen, and this one I feel like will definitely bring the glow. Oh yeah. For me, being that I have dry skin, I prefer a more glowy sunscreen. I don't like anything too mattifying, and this one is definitely not mattifying. You can certainly see a glow. I like it because it doesn't feel greasy. It just kind of feels like a moisturizer, not really a greasy texture. Prefer a glowy sunscreen, but I don't want it to be greasy. Yeah, I'm really into this finish. Holy cow, that is pretty. And it also kind of sets down a little bit too, which is nice. It doesn't feel really slippy on the skin, but the glow is what I'm digging right now. I'm excited to see how it works as a base for makeup. And funny enough, I also have another glowy base product to put on. Surprise, surprise on this channel. This is the Pony Effect Glow Stay Cushion. This also has SPF 50. It is a cushion foundation. It does come with a refill as well. And here is the foundation. I did swatch it earlier and immediately realized that this is definitely too dark for me. This is the shade Vanilla. I will correct with concealer once this has applied. Right away, I'm noticing that this sponge is really nice. Like the applicator, you know, sometimes you get a cushion foundation and the applicator just doesn't cut it. Like it just feels cheap. This one feels really sturdy. So I'm just pressing this into the skin. I'm getting some really nice coverage. One thing I really love about cushion foundations is that the coverage somehow just never looks heavy. I mean, there certainly are some that I've tried where I felt like it wasn't melting down into my skin, but this one is doing a good job of both giving coverage that I want, but sinking down into the skin so that it looks seamless. This is also a very wet sponge. Some cushion foundations I feel like aren't wet enough, like the actual sponge where you get the product out. I will correct the shade match because again, the shade match isn't great. For me, this is reading way more as like a medium coverage rather than a light coverage. I was expecting something a little bit more light, but like all of the pimples or like the post-acne marks I had on my chin are completely covered up. That looks really nice. And honestly, because it's like the middle of winter and my skin is paler than ever, I'm not gonna lie, it feels kind of good to pretend to be tanner than I am. Concealer's on. I also did my brows as well. Really surprised at the amount of coverage this has. Everything looks really smooth. I'd say this is definitely more glowy, and I do think that's in part due to the glowy base that we put on, but there's also this level of creaminess. Like, it's done a good job of kind of minimizing any of the pores on my cheeks. And I'm just liking that general kind of creamy finish, especially now during the winter. I really like for my skin just to look a little bit fresher. Yeah, I keep looking in the monitor because I just feel like my skin looks really healthy. Even the pores on my chin are minimized as well, which is a good thing. I want to do a little bit of cream bronzing now. So this is from MEMEBOX. It's their multi-stick, and this is in the bronzer shade. I'm really a big fan of their packaging. I love how like simple and minimal it is. I've been seeing MEMEBOX on TikTok a lot. So I never take it and swipe it on the cheeks unless I'm like in a big time rush. What I like to do is take a dry sponge and put it into the bronzing product and then build from there. That way you can work in thinner layers. I always find that the actual blend of the product looks a little bit more seamless than if you were to just stripe it on the face. So I'm just building it up. This is more of a creamy finish as well. There's no shimmer or anything. This is more on the matte side, but you can see it's not a flat looking matte. It's blending really nicely. I'm also going to take some onto the forehead. I feel like I'm ready for like a tropical vacation. I'm like looking so tan and glowy. That was incredibly easy to blend. The shade is pretty close to Macchiato from Fenty. I feel like I kind of just found a hidden gem. So let's go into blush. I have this one from MACQUEEN. It's their Lovesome blusher. I feel like this shade is gonna be really nice for the color I have going on. It's an apricot peach. So I'm going to take, let's make sure this is not a dirty brush. I really need to wash my brushes. So I'm gonna take this brush, kind of just like tap it into the skin. This is a really pretty color. This is definitely more of a soft blush. So if you're someone that prefers a softer blush look, if you're afraid of blush, which you shouldn't be, you'll probably like this shade because it has just like a very natural peachy look to it. Keeping in mind, I didn't set my face with any powder, so this is blending really nicely even though that's the case. It did take down a touch of the shine, but it's not mattifying, which is always what I'm looking for. I really appreciate when a powder can just in general give you more of a natural look rather than like a mattifying look, if that makes sense. I'm also going to do my classic move, which is I always take a little bit of blush onto the bridge of my nose. I feel like all the colors just mesh better into the skin when you do that. Before we go into the eyes, I'm going to set the face. This is the Glow Makeup Fixer from heimish. I am so excited to try this out. It's a Bulgarian rose water spray. So let's see. The mist is very fine. Not gonna lie, I already misted it. That is a fine mist. It's almost so fine that I can barely feel it setting down onto my skin. I seriously feel like I should not be in cold weather right now. I should be on a beach, baby. This look is begging for a pina colada. I have a bunch of different palettes that I could possibly use. I don't know which one I want to use yet. So I have two from MACQUEEN. Look at how freaking cute these are. They definitely look similar to a brand that we already know, but these are very like small and bite-sized. I feel like this is a really cool kind of product for travel because you get so much variety. You could do a lot of different looks. So this is the Tone on Tone shadow palette in Coral. I kind of love that for the look we're going with. Then there's also the 1001. I feel like this is very up my alley, just like a lot of classic tones, a lot of like cooler browns with a couple of warmer shades just to make everything a little bit more dimensional. I also have the LABIOTTE Moment in Time palette, which look, it's like a little pocket watch, but you get 3 different shades in here. And all 3 of those shades are definitely something that I would very much like. My lip products are all more red, so I feel like I need to go with something very neutral. I think I'm gonna go with this. I'm gonna go in with this shade into the crease just to get things rolling. Just throwing that into the crease. And doing this is just a really good way of making sure that everything blends a little bit easier together. I am really drawn to this neutral shade. Just gonna take that onto the outer corner and then blend it a little bit up into the crease. I want to keep this look more on the natural side. I want everything to just look really blown out and seamless. Okay, everything is looking good, but I do want to add just a touch of definition. I feel like this needs a little bit more depth. I'm gonna use this cooler brown tone and add that to the outer corner a little bit and a little bit onto the lower lash line as well. This shade is certainly not shy on pigment, which with these kind of defining colors, I think is a really good thing. Kind of just adds that like little soft sultriness at the edges of the eyes, but we've kept everything really bright in here so it doesn't look too dark or too smoky. We're gonna add a little bit of shimmer onto the lid as well. Loving that so far. Honestly, I could just put on mascara and be done. But you probably already know I can't resist a cream shadow. So I have this one from MEMEBOX, their Stick Shadow Shimmer. And this is the shade Sugar Bling. And I think this is gonna add a little bit of that like scattered shimmering light look in here. And I feel like this look could use that. Taking it all the way from the inner corner on here. And where the two textures meet, I'm just blending those a little bit, and there it is. I feel like I wanted that to be a little bit more shimmery. I have to say I'm really, really liking this kind of smoky winged look. I have a mascara from Heimish that I want to put on now. A lot of you were telling me that like K-beauty mascaras are incredible, so I'm excited to try this one out. It's their Smudge Stop Mascara. It has a little bit more of a banana shaped wand, which are typically my most favorite mascaras because they really kind of curl the lashes. I'm going to quickly curl my lashes. All right, and let's get this on to the lashes. Wow. I wasn't expecting this much curl. Ooh, I like that. This is definitely not a clumpy mascara, which I wasn't expecting it to be because I feel like K-beauty is not about that really volumized, clumpy lash look. I'm assuming this is more of a long wear mascara as well. That's what the name implies, at least. Okay, this eye look, this is incredibly polished, but still soft. Wow, I love that. Okay, so in typical Amanda style, I have 4 different lip products. From MEMEBOX, I have these Pep Balms, which are super, super cute. These are tinted lip balms that you can kind of just like tap onto the lips, and that is definitely up my alley. So really interested in trying that. I also have their TikTok lipstick, which is in a heart shape. This reminds me of the Kaja Heart Melter. They also have the Heimish Varnish Lip Tint, which is one of these more fluffy liquid lip textures. I think I want to use one of the Pep Balms. This just seems right up my alley. I think I want to go in with Pause. So here we go. Again, it's this little kind of metal tube. I really can't get over the packaging. It's really simple and chic. So I'm going to do just what they say, which is just tap it on. Wow, it feels on the lips like a balm, but when you blot it out, you can see it dries to more of like that blotted lip finish. Applies perfectly for that reason with a fingertip. Gives a nice pillowy look to the lips. It's definitely not drying. I feel like, you guys, K-beauty lip products, they just really bring something different to the table. The formulations are just so unique. I would never think that with a lip balm, I would get this effect and finish. This is somehow both glowy and very polished looking makeup. The base is really nice and glowy, but I think maybe because of the finish of the pony effect with the glow base, this gives you an ultra creamy but luminous look, which is really ideal for me because I would much rather go for a more creamy, luminous look rather than a super, super dewy look, because sometimes those products don't blur the skin and they can exaggerate any pores that you have. But my skin looks ultra perfected, but still really natural. It really has that nice balance. Other standouts, I absolutely adore this eye look, and I officially want pretty much every shade of these lip balms. So thank you guys so much for watching, and again, thank you to STYLEVANA for sending these products over and doing this sponsored video with me, and I will see you all in my next one.